This is episode 141, the importance of staying hydrated during your exercise. Welcome everybody to another episode here in Body and Mind Transformation by Custom Body Fitness. This is your health coach, Sandro Torres. Today we are going to be talking, or should say I'm going to be talking about why it's important for you to stay hydrated during your exercise. And we're going to be talking about how much water do you need, because there is a lot of myth out there about how much water do you actually need. I'm going to tell you what are the factors that affects how much water do you need. So not everybody should be drinking the same water. And also I am going to be telling you about what are the signs that you need to be aware for you to start drinking water. You start being dehydrated and you need to hydrate yourself. And of course, the reasons why it's important for you to stay hydrated. So without further introduction, let's listen to the talk. At CBF, we know that for you to change your body, you need to change your mind. Exercise and eating healthy is only part of the plan. We care about our members as we care about our family, because our members become our family. It is not about competition, but support. It is not about being the strongest or the fastest, but about you defeating your negative self. It is about working together and making the task challenging and have fun. By the end, what matters is not how hard the session was, but that you take control of your mind so you can take control of your body. My name is Sandro Torres, and I'm happy you are part of our family. Welcome to Custom Body Fitness. Welcome everybody to another talk here with your health coach, Sandro Torres. Today we're going to be talking about the importance of being hydrated during your exercise, the reasons why you should be hydrated, and drink a lot of water. Let's begin by talking about how much water do you need in general, because there is a lot of myth out there. And one of the myths is that you need 8 glasses of water. Well, that doesn't apply to everybody. And we're going to go into a couple reasons why not. So let's say you're taller, you're 6'10", and another person is 4'7". If you notice, you have different mass, you have different body mass, right? So therefore, the person who's taller is gonna need more water. If you're more muscular than the other person, is gonna need more water. If you bigger, if you weigh more, you're gonna need more water than the other person. So that 8 glasses of water doesn't apply to either the short person, the tall person, the heavier person with more muscle, or the person who's skinnier. Another reason is if you work outside under the sun, you're gonna need more water than a person who's working in front of the desk, sitting or with air conditioning. A person who lives in the warm weather is gonna need more water than a person who lives in a cold weather. A person who exercises, who does weightlifting, and at the same and runs 5 times a week, 4 times a week, is gonna need more water than that person that is completely sedentary. A person who exercises 3 times a week, weightlifting and runs 2 times a week, is gonna need less water than a person who's lifting weights 4 or 5 times a week and runs 5 times a week. It makes sense, right? So that's the first thing to keep in mind. Not everybody needs the same amount of water. Another thing that you should keep in mind is your food. Organic whole foods, fresh food, have more water than any processed food. So if you eat organic, fresh, whole foods, you're gonna be more hydrated because you're getting that hydration from your food than if you eating processed food. This processed food have been dehydrated and they don't have that hydration. So therefore, you're gonna drink less water. 10, if you eating those organic, fresh, whole foods, then you eating processed food. A great example is gonna be my dogs. I cook for them. So what I cook for them, I do organic ground beef, organic frozen veggies, and I do brown rice. So everything I put them into a pan. I put the rice separate, put the water, whatever, let them cook for let's say an hour or whatever I need to cook that. Then I put them together and then I mash them and then I freeze part of that food and the other part I put them in the fridge so I can mix it with oatmeal when they're ready to eat. Plus, these food are high in hydration. I put water to cook them, and when I freeze them, they keep that water as well. So also when I put the oatmeal to cook, I put water. So when I serve that food to my dogs, they're very hydrated. My dogs barely drink water. When we go for hikes, I see many dogs, many owners, they bring their dogs and they bring water with them. So in top of the mountain, half of the mountain, they start serving the waters and the dogs are very thirsty and they drink water. Sometimes they offer my dogs and my dogs don't drink water because they're well hydrated because of the food they eat. When they come home, sometimes depending on how hot the day is, sometimes they drink water, but they don't drink that much water because they get a lot of hydration from the food. So that's another factor right there. So don't force yourself to drink a lot of water because somebody said you need to drink a gallon of water, or you need to drink 2 or 3 of these big glasses, or you need to drink 8 glasses of water. That's inconsistent depending on the factors that I just told you. Now, how can you discover how much water you need to drink? I'm going to tell you what I do, and I'm going to tell you another reasons why you should be drinking water. So the way I do it, in the morning, I hydrate myself. I drink 2 glasses of water, from 1 to 2 glasses of water. Then I do my workout. During my workout, I drink water. Depending how intense my workout is how much water my body requires. That's how I do it. And I just let my body ask for water. I don't force myself to drink a lot. Now, one of the things that I notice, for example, is that I get very thirsty at night. And that's a problem for me. And it's a problem because I want to have a good night of sleep. And if I drink a lot of water during the night, then I have to get up 3 times, 4 times during the night so I can go to the bathroom. So I really recommend don't do that. Don't wait until night and hydrate yourself before 4, 5, 6 p.m. so you have time to go to the bathroom and you have a good night of sleep. Now, if your urine it's yellow dark, so then that means that you dehydrated and you need water. If your mouth is dry, that means that you dehydrated and you need water. Now, if you have the feeling of thirsty, of course, it's very obvious that you are dehydrated and you need to drink water. Sometimes if you dehydrate and you haven't noticed that you may get a headache, that's another sign that you need to drink water. Why is it important for you to be hydrated when you exercise? Well, water is a catalyst for many things. So let's begin by saying that it lubricates your joints and it lubricates your muscles. When you exercise, you need oxygen, you need nutrients, and you need to remove waste. That's what water does. It brings oxygen and brings nutrients and remove waste. At the same time, that's why it's a catalyst, because they do help you with chemical reactions in your body, such as muscle contraction. And if you don't have enough water in your body, the percentage of you getting a cramp are going to be high. So it's important that you drink enough water to have a very efficient and powerful and great workout, and you don't get cramps and your body functions perfectly by you removing those wastes, those chemicals, having those chemicals reaction, and bringing oxygen and nutrients to your body. So that's the reason why it's important that you are hydrated when you run or lifting weights. So drink enough water, and now you have an idea how much water you're gonna be drinking and why you're gonna be drinking that much water, and how can you find out if you need water, and how to stay hydrated during the day. Don't forget, if you under the sun often, it's important that you bring water with you, because you're gonna need more water than most people because you're working under the sun. So that's it for today. Hopefully you like this talk. Today was about how important it is for you to be hydrated for you exercise. So if you like it, please subscribe, share, and comment. Thank you so much. Your health coach for now says bye. So that's it. What do you think about it? Tell us your opinion. Tell us about how you hydrate yourself. What are the methods that you're using to keep track of the water that you're drinking, and how that affects your life when you're not hydrated, and when you're hydrated, if you see a difference, and you work out in general. I forgot actually to talk about the quality of water, of course, and now I'm coming up with the idea that I should be talking about the quality of water, because you want to get rid of all the toxin. You don't want to be drinking tap water. You want to get rid of that, and you want to drink oxygen water with minerals and with a lot of love and so on. Anyway, that's another topic that I should keep in mind, but tell us about the water that you're drinking, about how much water you're drinking, and so on. Hopefully this is a good guideline for you, and you stay hydrated during your workout and life, and stay close to God, and also mentally and physically healthy. And we're gonna tune in the next episode.